Why do you want to buy knives?
Well, I got this knife here that I got sort of for Christmas, like before Christmas, but it was technically a Christmas present, and I keep
Your
playing
mom
with
give
it.
it to you?
Grandparents.
Do they have a knack of giving you gifts before Christmas, or is this just that they're not going to see you that day?
It's because my sister's birthday is December 3rd, so they take her out shopping, and my sister doesn't want to go with them alone. So she's always
Okay,
like,
good.
"Hey, Jared, can you come?" And then if I come, I hang out with my grandpa, and he feels guilty, so he's like, "Hey, let me buy you something." So he bought me
Alright,
this
good.
knife.
I thought it was much sadder story about your sister.
Oh yeah, she also died right after
As planned.
the day after.
Yes, that's what all these knives were for.
So I've
I
been
just like them.
talking.
I'm a big fan of them too.
I've been talking to this girl on Snapchat
I'd like to make them.
for the last couple of days, and we hit it off pretty well because she likes football and everything, and I like football. And she likes
Surprisingly,
video
or
games.
she's lying to you.
Well, you always think the
It's a
worst of
classic
women.
girl
You
move.
always
I don't
think
always think the
worst.
worst. I'm just thinking this is Tinder. There are no rules. She doesn't have to tell
It
the
says
truth.
in the terms of service, I'll let you know, Hayden. It says in the terms of service that they can't lie. They can't do it. So if she was lying,
They're
she
incapable.
Who's they?
Yeah, I'm offended.
But anyway, all right. So one thing, Latuna, that we got each other Snapchats. So doing good. She's a pretty attractive looking woman. Jared, you've seen her face. She likes video games. She likes football. Those are my two favorite things that any woman could have happen to them.
Did you lead off with saying, "Do you like video games and football?" And she was obligated to say yes.
I forgot how it happened.
Exactly.
It was like,
Did she ask you what you're doing? And you're like, "Oh, I'm playing Halo 2, and I'm watching
I don't know.
watching
I
the
don't know.
Patriots lose."
I was like, I remember asking her, I was like, you
And she
excited?
wrote it down in her notebook.
I asked her as a joke. I was like, you excited for Wild Card Weekend? And I expected her to be like, what?
And then you hear her tapping away at the keyboard. What is Wild Card Weekend? Yes, I love throwing the pigskin around.
But she was like, immediately she replied back. She was like, yeah, I'm stoked for it. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you
She's
mean?
lying though. Didn't you say she's from California?
No, she's in San Francisco right now. She's from our home state.
So she went on a trip knowing that it was going to be Wild Card Weekend.
She went on a trip knowing it was to San Francisco.
She's weird. Because she
likes a lot of gays in San
Francisco. She likes the Houston Texans.
No, she doesn't.
She probably likes the sound of the team.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Jared, understand that it's a woman. All right, she likes football. She likes the idea of football.
But she doesn't. She's trying to convince herself to like
Jared,
football
I don't
because
need her.
She sees the guys running around in the tight pants and all the nice uniforms.
I don't need her.
They're not to like.
I don't need her to fucking watch Red Zone every single day like I do, and like watch reruns of games like I do, and care about it like I do.
To be one of the boys.
But I just need her to have that spark. Like I'm trying to get to Hayden.
Is you want her to cook for you during the game.
Yeah,
that's
and not
to recognize the importance that it is.
But anyway,
she acknowledges it's a big game. She cooks you a classic meal while you sit there twiddling your thumbs,
getting stressed out.
Sexist, very sexist.
But anyway, she keeps just sending selfies of herself to me on Snapchat. Doesn't have any words on or anything.
It's a classic.
Classic. It's happened to all of us. And I don't understand for the life of me. What am I supposed to do? Like, there's no fucking...
it's weird. I had a guy do that to me, and it freaked me out for a second.
There's no instruction manual on how to deal with this.
I guess my thought is maybe it's like girls do that. They send each other Snapchats of each other. I mean, themselves. Back and forth.
Because there's like a Snapchat.
Take a lot of selfies.
If there's like a streak going, if you have like a daily streak, girls love that.
They like having a high number next to the flame.
Yeah, girls love that, so they'll keep sending photos.
Yeah, I remember a couple times you don't have anything to say, so they'll take a picture of themselves, or they'll be like, "Keep the streak alive" or something like that.
Why?
Also, girls are really obsessed with their Snapchat score, and they like how other people can see that their numbers are going up every day, and they're talking to people.
Oh, yeah, because it means like they're being social or something.
So other people are looking at their score, constantly going up and like, oh, they're so popular and
so
cool.
Does the score go up more if you have high streaks?
No. Well, these are two different reasons that I've come up with. The streaks are irrelevant to the points.
Okay. But other people, they might see that so-and-so has a streak with so-and-so?
No, you can't see that another person has a streak, but you can see their Snapchat score.
So then carrying on a streak with somebody is just being cute.
It's just so like when they're with their friends and they bring out their Snapchat and other people look at their phone, they're like, oh my God, you have 18 streaks.
Wow.
Keeping up a Snapchat.
Oh, wow. Streaks. Wow.
Keeping up a Snapchat streak, like for guys, I think it's like kind of like bureaucracy in a way. Like you got to play the game to get what you want. So it's like, all right, I want this girl to eventually date me. So I guess I'll just keep sending random selfies of myself, play the game. Maybe I'll get what I want down the road. There was a part where we were playing For Honor, and we were playing. It showed us who we were playing. We were playing the three of the new characters.
I thought you were talking about you and the girl were playing For Honor.
No, Hayden and I were playing For Honor.
I think right now actually.
Hayden was like, "Oh, we're gonna get killed," and I sent a picture of the TV of who we were fighting. And I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get killed." I sent that to her, and then she replied by saying, "What?" Oh, no. And that was the first. Right. Those were the first words she said. And I was like, "Finally, we're cooking with gas."
Let me just send her a selfie back. Don't answer the question. It's all about intrigue.
I definitely don't explain what you're doing. No one likes that.
And then
no.
And I replied. I took a selfie of myself saying, "Oh, so what'd you do today?" And
Perfect. Get her to talk about herself. Yeah. Dude, like you've done this a million times.
Yeah.
Have you done this a million times?
Let's get an update. She has
it never worked yet?
Didn't work with Kelsey. So my record's pretty low on really with anything.
She must have had a vendetta against everybody.
I mean,
apparently.
I don't know. She seems nice, and I want it to turn into something for sure. So I hope it turns into something, because man, dude, how many times women have said to me, whether it's been in high school or college, whenever I talk to girls, and sometimes I'll talk to them and they'll be like, "So what's your like dream girl?" Like, a girl that likes video games and football. And I'll always say, but they don't fucking exist. And girls say,
and then
no.
The girl says, "Yo, my buddy Chad loves both those things."
It's either that.
You two love each other.
Usually it's girls say, "Oh, but there's plenty of girls like that." I'm like, "Oh, really? Why haven't I met them yet? Where are they? Tell me where they are. Are they all underneath a bunker just hiding amongst each other?"
Where is Rachel?
Because for the life of me, I cannot. I don't know where these girls are. Every girl.
Maybe they're all blending in with the other ones, taking selfies of themselves, and you just can't tell.
Don't those girls?
They're trying to fit in and act like girls, even though they think it's stupid as well.
Yeah, don't they understand that we don't like girls? Like, we don't like girl culture, I guess. Like, newsflash, women, we don't like you.
You're not fun to talk to. You're just taking pictures of yourself. You're not doing something.
Hating on Louis C.K. is so right when he talks about sexism. He's like, we can get past racism. That's just like education and everything. Sexism, though, that's buried way down. Ain't nobody solving that one. And he's very right. He's very right on that. Because I don't think
way too different.
Yeah, it's just
biologically just way too different. I can get over somebody having a different skin color. Boo-hoo. Get over it. But if your upper body strength is like hilariously disproportionate,
if I know I could beat you in a fight,
that's fact number one. Especially if you then act like you could beat me up, and then it's like that's so. Like if they start getting in fights with you and pushing you around, knowing you can't hit them because they're much smaller.
I wouldn't even go that far. If they even try to act important in any way possible.
Yeah, they try to run for president. It's like, oh, how cute.
Do you know who I am? I'm a man. I don't see women shooting up schools. Do you know what we're capable of?
We fought 2 world wars, you sons of bitches. We went into Iraq. You know? The funny thing is that women, if there is a woman that listens to this is they probably are like, oh my god, they're so sexist. When really, it's just we like making fun of women, and it's always funny. It's always funny. Look at stand-up
They're making
comedians.
it easy.
They've been making fun of women since like the '60s, and that well still has not run dry.
There was a fine line between like actually abusing women and then it becomes funny. There's that weird period.
Like,
all right, I can't beat the shit out of this girl, and I can't make her clean my clothes, but I can joke about it.
Oh my god! Like Anthony Jenkins.
Well, once they stop taking pictures of themselves, then we'll stop making fun of them.
Yeah, it's gotten even worse, honestly, with TikTok. Girls are just all shaking their ass, and it's all about big proportions and dancing to music.
You commit yourself to. That's your job as an OnlyFans or an Instagram model.
OnlyFans is porn.
I'm just saying, if that's what you want to do for the next, I don't know, would it be 13 years? How young do people start doing the OnlyFans thing now? My God.
I think you're required to sign up.
Couple that are like their mom and their daughter sharing an account.
My guess is 18. I can't imagine they'd
how,
let
like,
anyone younger.
You know how like Switzerland requires all men that turn 18 that you have to sign up to the military and serve a year.
Oh.
For all women.
Wait, which one of you just said vasectomy?
For all women that turn the age of 12 and a half, they have to sign up for OnlyFans. That's how it goes. Yeah, I have to.
I think we should just take the phones away from girls until they turn 25.
I agree with that.
That might be the most sexist thing or the most correct thing I've ever said.
I don't think you should I don't think a child should have a smartphone. I don't think
you shouldn't even have access to the internet.
I don't even think I didn't get a smartphone until I was 18, and I'm very glad. I'm very glad about that because I couldn't be ruined until 18.
Now your life's over. You had a good 18 years.
It was a good 18 years, no doubt about it. Patriots won the Super Bowl.
You didn't do anything interesting, but the Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Super Bowl 49 was a special moment in my life, and it always will be. I cried when they won that Super Bowl. Tears came out of my eyes. Tears of happiness, man.
See, unlike you, I'm not that interested in finding a woman. I just think it's going to happen one day.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not antsy about it. I just think it's going to happen. I'm not going to freak out and start Snapchatting girls like a loser.
You think you're just going to walk by one day and be like, that's the one?
Yep, and it's going to be in a GameStop.
She's going to be looking at Mario 64. I remember back when I played that one. She'd be like, yeah, I was thinking about getting it for my nephew.
Maybe it's just like, I have a fear.
Yeah, you got to test the waters. Try to throw out some lines like that on her.
Maybe it's because I haven't really had a relationship before, so I'm trying to.
Neither have I.
Trying to get one because I do want one, but also I'm I don't want one. It's weird.
I'm more interested in improving myself than trying to find somebody else to fix myself. I think I can do it all by myself.
It's not that. It's just I want a girl. Talking to a girl,
and it's a compliment to your life. I think. The cherry on top. You gotta build yourself up.
It's finding sugar in civilization. It's like a nice amenity that you can trade and show people and be like, look at that. Look what I got. Look at this.
I buy her dinners.
This is the thing I feed and I house. All right, I take it out. I buy it clothes. Look at that.
I just compared women to a special tile in civilization. But it's like that, I don't need a girl to improve my life. My life is already good enough as it is. However,
they don't seem to think so.
If you can find an attractive woman that likes sports and likes video games or stuff that you like, it's a special type of thing, and everyone is always going to be looking for that. Because
I bet you there's a bunch of guys that identify as women now. They probably like video games and sports.
Yeah. I bet some of them are very attractive.
James Charles.
Too bad they can't have any kids.
Is James Charles attractive?
No,
I don't know. He's just
one of
those.
Look like a clown.
I think that's the perfect answer to that question. I don't know. I've seen pictures of James Charles, and I'm like, what? Hold on. Wait a second.
He's just gay, isn't he?
I think there's like a
Isn't
scandal.
he a flip flopper? I think he is.
I think there was a scandal that he was trying
but that
to
doesn't
get
matter.
like a
He's
bunch
just
of
gay.
like curious guy, like how like sometimes there's like curious
Oh
guys.
well, yeah, gay guys like straight men because they're like masculine.
Yeah.
So they'll look for straight guys, but really they're finding guys that don't dress gay.
In DMs.
And they'll pretend to be, oh, I'm a curious.
I'm gay, but that's really gay.
They'll pretend to be, oh, I'm straight, but I'm thinking about it.
I don't know what happened with James Charles, but like he tried to like get a bunch of like 18-year-old.
They always do. They always try.
That were like,
he's hanging out with all the TikTok stars now, and they're all on the trending page on YouTube, and everybody's pissed off.
If you like follow James Charles or like any of these influencers and you know what's going on in their life, then you have fucked up. You need to take a step back and realize that your life has really fallen off the tracks.
I agree with you to an extent. I think if you're like obsessing over these freaking people and following like fan pages and trying to focus on commenting on their videos and stuff,
whatever Kylie Jenner's being subscribed to sell.
Exactly. I do think it is important to stay culturally relevant.
Kim Kardashian divorced Kanye West, and it was the #1 trending thing on Twitter.
That happened?
Yeah.
I thought they were still together.
Oh, yeah. And then everyone said he banged Jeffree Star. And I was like, who's that? And I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it looks like a Far Cry villain.
Who is that? Wait, are you saying Kanye West had sex with Voss?
Just look up Jeffree Star right now, really quick.
All right.
You'll know who it's like the James Charles, but the scarier looking one.
Oh, that's weird.
Are you looking at a picture?
Horns or something? Is it a guy?
Yes, I think.
Interesting.
My thing
it's terrifying human being. Scarier than it.
Scarier than it.
Because he looks like a clown.
See, but like
a scary
one. The #1 trending thing was Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, and everyone cared, and I was like, why? Why does everyone?
When was that? How long ago was that? Like a couple months ago?
It's going on right now.
Oh,
it's still currently going on.
It's like if you like the people who when the Star Wars movies were coming out and people were dead set on Reylo, people's avatars on Twitter were Kylo Ren and Rey, and Reylo is a thing. Like those people need to step back.
That's the female community. That's how you find your true lover. Yeah. You go to the Reylo community.
No. Those people need to step back.
Guys don't do that shit.
Those people need to step back. And
there were also theories that like Poe was gay and was going to try to hook up with Finn. I remember watching videos about that.
That got fire on it because Oscar Isaac said that he played it like it was a romance, even though there's no semblance of any romance anywhere in those
hardly a movie.
Those movies blow, man. Those movies fucking suck. But they did. The funny thing is that they were gonna have at the end of episode 9, Rey and Finn kiss, but then the big corporation, the people at Disney were like, no. China's not gonna like that.
Out NBA,
China's not gonna like Disney. That. So they rewrote it and had to reshoot it and made Kylo Ren.
China got Michael Jordan to go up on Twitter and be like, "No, we don't want this in our NBA."
There's 2 really funny photos of one is the normal Force Awakens poster. Yes. I don't know if you guys know this.
Very
and
classic.
then in China,
I put that. I showed us that.
Finn is. I did show you that. All right. Finn is like really, really tiny on the poster because they don't like black.
No, he's not there. He's gone.
Yeah.
I thought. Oh, is he gone? I thought it was just minimized.
No, he's totally gone. They switched everything up. There's different angles. The ship's flying in and stuff. But he's
very famous photo. People forget.
Asia guys, everybody. Asia, fucking pretty goddamn racist.
What's racist?
Yep.
Like real racist. The government's involved.
Yeah.
Well, but Barack Obama. Wait. Ignore Barack Obama, and then our government's racist too, or I should say yours is.
All right. Do
So I'm
you
not a
want
part
to
of
go?
your oppressive system, you racist Americans.
Now that we've
Yeah.
done the first half, you want to go right into our playoff predictions?
Yeah, Hugo Voss is going to come out with new pants.
I don't even know who Hugo Voss is.
I think they make clothes or maybe like a perfume.
Dude, if you know that, good for you, man.
Thank you.
Michael Jordan had a cologne. I smelled it one time in like a Goodwill or something. It was on sale for like $3, and I
Does it
almost bought
smell
it.
like every other cologne?
All right, so here's how we'll
I
do.
guess.
Here's how we'll do. Every year we do playoff predictions. Here's how the scoring will work. For every game that Jared and I get right, we'll get a point. For every game that we get the score right as well, we'll get 2 points. Hayden, for you, since you are especially challenged.
Special needs over
Yeah,
here.
your special needs. Possibly in the spectrum, you will get 2 points for every game that you
Runs in the
correctly
family.
that you that you get correct. Does
Until the
everybody
divorce.
understand? Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes, 2 points. Make it real easy for me.
All right, Jared, do you want
You
to
eat too much carbs. If you cut back on your carbs, you would be on the normal level with everybody else.
Jared, do you want to start off with your predictions, or you want me to start off with mine? Because I think we'll save Hayden for the end of every round.
Yes, I need to pick up
no
on
way. Just pick one game, then we'll all predict it, and we'll move on.
All
Because
right.
I didn't write my predictions down, so I need guidance.
All right. So
same.
So the first game will be tomorrow. It'll be the Indianapolis Colts, Hayden, at the Buffalo Bills. Jared, I'll start off with you. What do you think about this game?
I'll go 34.
Oh, yeah, the score.
34-17 Bills. I do think that this game is like the one game that could be a surprise upset. I think this could be the one.
You picked the Bills to win by 21 points.
I know, but I do think that this could be the crazy upset.
I actually think that this could be an upset, and I'm picking it to be close. I'm going to pick 27-23. Hayden?
I'm going Colts 21-17.
I'm not going to write your scores down because it's too much to keep track of. I'm just going to say...
I just need Colts win.
Yeah.
Then I get 2 points regardless.
Yeah. But thank you for giving me an actual football score.
Yes, yeah, that's one.
In the podcast, in the previous podcast,
wouldn't it?
I asked you to pick a winner between Miami and New England. You went 13.5-15. All right.
Did you say you're taking the Bills?
I am taking the Bills.
And I'm the only one going with the Colts.
Yep. Only one going with the Colts.
So it looks like 2 points coming this way. Gonna have to pay duty on that one. It's going over the border.
The next game on the schedule is the Los Angeles Rams against the Seattle Seahawks. Jared.
Yeah, we all know where that's going.
I think this is the other. Well, I'm assuming Goff's not going to play, but he might be ready. Even if I was watching a video of
exactly. I was thinking about that too.
You got to remember Jared Goff, Hayden, because that's my boy.
Were we watching the same video? Is that what we were watching?
I was watching a video of Matt Castle. I seriously doubt you were watching a video of Matt Castle. He was talking about thumbs and quarterbacks and injuries and all that jazz.
My God. All right, get to the pick.
Breaking Insider, I had a conversation with Jared Goff recently at the Citadel, and he said it's going to be a rout. It's Seattle.
Seattle in a rout. Seattle in a rout.
Oh, interesting. I thought you would have went with the Rams.
Give me a score.
I'm gonna. Well, their starting quarterback is hurt, so. 28-13. Seattle Seahawks.
You think this game is going to be closer than the Colts-Bills game?
I think something might happen. I have like 2 theories about the Bills-Colts game, and I'm just going with one theory that it's going to be a blowout, even though I don't think it's going to be.
On the Rams-Seahawks game. We've seen this game happen so many times. We know how this game goes. It's going to be a low-scoring, boring game. Bad offense all around. The Rams, I was going to pick to be my Super Bowl pick in the NFC because the NFC is wide open until they lost to the Jets. Once they lost to the Jets, they lost all respect from me. I'm going to go pick the Seattle Seahawks to win this game by a score of 13-9. Hayden?
I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks because I brought them to a really good, well, not victory, I guess. I brought them glory, I'll say, in our
You brought them a
Madden
wild
games.
card loss in your
Yeah.
Madden League game.
Yeah, well, that's better than they'll ever get.
They've won a Super Bowl, Hayden.
Losers. I'm upset about the deal they gave me. All right, it's bad in the offseason. It was
All right.
rude.
All right, who are you picking?
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
If they come out with a 7-foot-tall quarterback, it's Seahawks all the way.
They're not gonna
I
do
can
that.
tell you that's not happening. That's not gonna happen. The Rams might. You don't know who's gonna start a quarterback.
The last game on the docket is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington Redskins. We're going to be calling them the Redskins because I don't care about the political correctness. They are the Redskins, always will be, always have.
Tried and true. Proud of their skin
Jared,
color.
What do you think?
I think this one might be the biggest blowout of the day. I could see Brady putting up like 40 on him. I'll go 34 to I'll go 34 to 10.
Man.
All right, and now here's my take on this game. Through the court, I've watched Tom Brady play basically every single game he's played. I know the formula. We've talked. Everyone always talks about the formula to beat Tom Brady. It's a 4-man rush. You can and put 7 men back in coverage. Play tough man coverage. Pressure Tom Brady with 4. Never blitz him, and you can rattle him. Pressure up the middle. Whole 9 yards. Do you know Jared, by any chance, the head-to-head between Alex Smith and Tom Brady?
I know he beat us on the Chiefs that one time in a blowout.
It's 2-1 Alex Smith. Alex Smith is 2-1 against Tom Brady all time.
Yeah, I'm sure you loved when Ron Rivera said we're going to have a revolving door at quarterback on Saturday. I'm sure you love that one.
Here's the thing. I like Washington in this spot. Washington in this spot, the Redskins, I think are going to give Tom Brady fits. That being said, Tampa Bay will still win. It will be a close game.
Just blowing smoke up our asses.
Tom Brady will have to come back in this game.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is gonna have to come back to win this game. It's gonna be 30-23, Tampa Bay. Hayden,
that's interesting because as soon as you told me, what was speaking to me was the team formerly known as football team, and so I think they're gonna win.
You think the Washington Redskins?
Yeah, man, they got skins red, bright red from being out in the sun all day.
It's picks like these that this is why we give you 2 points for every game that you get right. It's picks like these.
Someone's got to make the picks. Someone's got to be out there in the sun.
This is probably one of the worst teams to ever make it to the playoffs, ever, in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, I know. That's why I sighed earlier when Jared was saying they're going to lose by a lot.
For the 2 people that are listening, Last year you picked the Minnesota Vikings to beat New Orleans in New Orleans, and you were right.
Yeah, I did.
You were right.
Shocked the nation.
You also picked them to win in the divisional round as well. So it didn't work out for you in the long run.
But he had the right idea.
The next game on the docket, Sunday, 1:00, Baltimore at Tennessee. Jared, what do you think?
Let's have you go first this time. Curious to what you're going to pick.
All right. This is obviously a rematch from last year. Baltimore's really going to be amped up for this one. They have to be. Tennessee absolutely embarrassed them last year. Baltimore's going to come out. They're going to look like they actually belong on the same field. That being said, I don't believe in Lamar Jackson. Tennessee's going to win this game by a score of 30-26. 30-26. Derrick Henry will have.
I'm also going to call it 30-26, but Baltimore.
Really?
Yep. Whatever you pick, I'm picking the opposite for this game.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are going to win.
Oh, all right. Both on Baltimore then.
Hayden really loves their quarterback. He really identifies with him, and he's got posters of him all over his wall.
Yeah. Is this the guy that looks like me? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, that guy's not in the league.
Oh, yeah, that's the college. I wasn't paying attention.
Next game on the docket is the Chicago Bears at New Orleans Saints. Jared, what do you think?
Well, this is obvious.
Oh, is it? Well, then you go first.
Yeah,
then.
you go first.
Bears.
Oh, all right.
Oh, no. It's picking Washington and Chicago.
Chicago, the Bears.
Oh, goodness.
All right, Jared, what do you think?
I think normally this game would be a blowout, but because of the Saints' track record in the playoffs, it will be a close game. I'll go 27-24 Saints.
I think this game will also be close. I think it's going to go into overtime because I don't believe in the Saints for 2 goddamn seconds. They've burned me for 3 straight years now with me picking them to go to the Super Bowl. I think Saints, I like where your head's at, Jared. I'm going 17-14 overtime. Overtime.
I think cooler heads will prevail here. And the Bears will win.
The last game of wild card weekend.
You know he's going to get one of these games right. Either the Washington or the Chicago pick. One of them's going to be right.
That's all I'm hoping for.
I almost picked Chicago to beat New Orleans. The fact that you came out swinging and said, "Oh, this is odd." Everyone's picking the Bears, no doubt about it. The last game of wild card weekend, Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Jared, what do you think?
I think I actually would have picked Cleveland just to make it interesting. But because their coach has COVID and because, the guy's never called plays before, the guy who was going to be their head coach for that game, and the fact that the Browns barely beat Pittsburgh against Mason Rudolph, who looks like a freaking piece of Play-Doh ass bitch, I'm going to pick the Steelers 24-17.
24-17. I'm looking at it right now, and I feel bad for Cleveland because Cleveland is just starved for a good football team at all. So I look at this game and I so desperately want to pick Cleveland because I hate Pittsburgh with a dying passion. The Patriots are out, so I'm pretty much neutral. However, I am full on. The only thing I don't want to happen is the Pittsburgh Steelers to win. I hate Juju Smith-Schuster. He's a little gay boy dancing out there. People talk about the disrespect. I don't care about the disrespect of dancing on logos. That's fine. The disrespect doesn't mean anything to me. It's the gayness of it that bothers me.
Yeah, he is pretty gay.
Of going on to and filming TikToks and dancing on people's logos.
Before the game starts, and then Pittsburgh started losing recently, Hayden, and it was just embarrassing.
Yeah,
it was so embarrassing.
It was so bad. Then he got his ass rocked by Cincinnati. It was unbelievable. So I'm gonna go Pittsburgh, but the thing with Pittsburgh is that no matter what, whenever you think they should blow out a team, they don't. They always play down to the level of their competition. Pittsburgh will win.
You so desperately wanted Pittsburgh and the Saints to be upset in the first round, but unfortunately you can't because one team sucks and the other team doesn't have their head coach.
Yeah. I'm going to go Pittsburgh by a score of 16-13. Hayden, what are you picking?
Oh, jeez. I guess I have to.
And before you pick the quarterback of the Browns, his intro thing in pregame used to be they would play Phil Collins Coming in the Air Tonight, and when the drums came, he would go to the center of the field and do the dun drums. And then he stopped doing it.
And then they started losing over and over.
Yep, so he stopped
doing
it.
Well, then they're bound for a victory. I'm going the Browns.
All right, Hayden. This is why we give you 2 points.
He's still got a couple teams left that can make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't
know.
Like
the Chiefs and the Packers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's about it.
2 teams he wasn't able to.
Right, Aaron Rodgers is the best.
I'm gonna crunch the numbers here for Jared to see what your division round matchups are. So stand with me here for a little bit.
I think we only picked that one game differently. Titans and Baltimore.
Yeah, I was a Maverick. The loose cannon.
You have Seattle.
That was a wild lay.
Going to New Orleans. And you also have Tampa Bay going to Green Bay. Now let's get to the fun one. Hayden's divisional round.
Yeah,
matchup.
the fun run.
This is
for all the kids.
This is when I
One
have to
everyone's
actually
rooting for.
crunch the numbers and actually think about what the hell is going on. All
Well,
right, so
the
you
second my
have
bracket's over, I'm rooting for Hayden's.
yeah. So you have Indianapolis. That's the 7th seed.
Feel free to jump on.
7th seed goes automatically to the 1 seed. So you're gonna have
A
Indianapolis.
lot of room on this bandwagon.
You have Indianapolis going to Kansas City. That's not crazy. That's more than
Nope,
likely could happen.
That could happen. That could definitely happen.
You have
Highly possible.
Seattle winning. That's the 3 seed. So
It's your best pick.
all right, so you have Chicago. Well, let's start with Chicago. You have Chicago winning. So Chicago automatically goes to Green Bay. So Chicago.
He's going to pick Chicago to win the whole thing.
Don't put any ideas in his head. Chicago is going to face Green Bay.
They got the best quarterback.
You also have the Redskins beating Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
and Seattle. So that's the 4 seed against the 3 seed. Seattle's going to get a home game.
Well, that's good. That's good.
All right. So let me write that down. Jesus. And then who's the other matchup in the AFC? You have Baltimore against
Classic.
Cleveland.
Good team.
5 seed against the 6 seed. Baltimore's getting the home game.
They have 5 seed or something.
Yeah, Baltimore's a 5 seed, so they get a home seed, a home game against Cleveland. All right, what a hell of a divisional round coming up. All right.
Cleveland, Baltimore is always a fun game.
So, Jared, we'll start you and I because we basically have the same thing. In the division round, we both have Pittsburgh against Buffalo. We both have Seattle against New Orleans. We both have Tampa Bay against Green Bay. The only thing that changes is I have Tennessee against Kansas City, and you have Baltimore against Kansas City. So let's go with the games that we've done the same. Pittsburgh against Buffalo. Who do you think's going to win?
This is the game I've tossed up the most. I think either team could win. The question is Josh Allen ready for a big moment? I think I'm going to give it to him. I think I'm going to go Buffalo, and I think I'm going to go 24 to 20 to 20. I'll call it 20.
All right. For me, I look at this game and I say Pittsburgh has pissed me off the entire year. They've had a Mickey Mouse schedule. They've had unbelievable breaks.
With a Minnie Mouse attitude, by the way.
They've had unbelievable breaks, whether it's Cleveland now without their head coach and without any practice time going into a playoff game, or Baltimore not being able to have Lamar Jackson, or getting to play the entire NFC East on their schedule. And I look at it and I say that Pittsburgh will probably have a lead at some point, but Buffalo's going to come back and they're going to win by a score of 31-17. What do you think about Tampa Bay at Green Bay?
I think this is probably the hardest pick in this conference.
Yeah, it is.
Because Tampa Bay blew them out earlier on in the season.
Yeah, but you got to go with the best quarterback.
Twice. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers all the way.
Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady's on the Bucks now. Who cares? They got a piece of trash on their team.
The problem is with both these teams is whichever quarterback gets sacked first is just going to curl up in a ball and cry for the rest of the game like Rodgers did last time.
He'll just yell at his wife.
He'll divorce his wife. See you, Danica. Yeah. See you, Olivia, whatever.
Take some
I'm
tips.
going to pick the Packers 34-23 because I think the Packers have a better team.
I looked at this game, and I think that both these teams are basically even. I think Tampa Bay has a better offense than Green Bay. I know people are going to be upset by me saying that, However, I think Green Bay is literally just Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. I don't trust Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I don't trust Alan Lazard. I don't trust Robert Tonyan. If you can just double cover Devontae Adams and get Devontae Adams covered, you will stay in a game against Green Bay. Does Tampa Bay have the coaching smart enough for this? I don't know. However, the way I picked this game is I have it tied going into the fourth quarter. And I looked at it and I said, who do I trust in the fourth quarter in a tie game more? Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? And I went Tom Brady. So I picked Tampa Bay to win by a score of 20-13. I think that this game is going to be a bad weather game. And I think Tampa Bay will favor Tampa Bay. Even though it shouldn't. Because I'm going to give the bad weather to Tom
You're
Brady.
favoring Tam Brady.
Packers just destroyed Tennessee in bad weather, and Rodgers played phenomenal.
Yeah, but Tom Brady's played in bad weather his entire career.
That's because
Tom
he's
Brady
the better
has,
quarterback.
but his wide receivers haven't. This pussy defense hasn't.
So the next game that we have the same is Seattle against New Orleans.
Another toss-up. I think that New Orleans offense is pretty piss poor. I also think Seattle's defense has played atrociously the last half of the season.
So Seattle.
New Orleans has a better defense than Seattle, but Seattle's defense is playing better. I think Seattle probably has a better offense. I will go with the Saints because I think Drew Brees realizes this is it. I think he knows this is his last year and he's going to play good.
Even though he hasn't played good the entire year.
He's going to go out swinging.
I think this is probably a lower scoring game. I'll go 17
like
to...
Daniel Cormier went out swinging.
I'll go, what did I just say? 17?
Yeah, you said 17.
I lied. I'll go 24 to 17. Sounds good.
24-17, New Orleans. Me, I looked at this game and I said both these. I went the same way you did, Jared. I said Seattle, New Orleans are both teams that are absolutely struggling right now. Hit the skids, struggling right now, but they're both benefiting from having weak teams in the first round, so they'll probably get through the first round. I look at this and I say 2 struggling teams means a close game. I think this game goes into overtime again. And
3 overtime games.
No, only one. Only one.
You just said the Packers and Bucks were going to overtime, and then you said earlier
that's a tie game in the fourth quarter, and I picked Tampa Bay to win in the fourth quarter. I went with wild card Chicago, New Orleans in overtime. I'm going Seattle and New Orleans in overtime as well. 26-20 in overtime. Seattle's going to win that game. Now, the game that we have going different. You have the Baltimore Ravens going at Kansas City.
Smart move.
I want to go, and I have Tennessee going against Kansas City. I want to know your Baltimore pick first.
I wonder how high I can count. I'm going to go 47.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what you get working in the mailroom.
47 to 17, Kansas City.
Wow.
I don't think Baltimore's going to kick many field goals. I think they're going to keep going for it on fourth down.
Ouch, Jared.
Yeah, Baltimore's going to get killed. Ravens are going to get killed by Kansas City. Absolutely.
They never die. All right. They only get.
Now we get to my pick: Tennessee at Kansas City. I have been on Kansas City the entire way. I think they're going to repeat. Obviously, that's my Super Bowl pick. Then I put Tennessee against Kansas City. I started to look at it, and I said rematch of the AFC Championship game last year. Tennessee exclusively got help on the offense specifically for this game to compete with Kansas City. I think they're going to go into Kansas City. They're going to fucking kick the ass of the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's going to be 24-16. But Kansas City, if you watch Kansas City, they always seem to get the ball back at the last minute in clutch situations. Kansas City's going to be down by 8 with 2 minutes to go. They're going to go right down the field. They're going to score. Andy Reid's going to have to drop a play, though, to get the 2-point conversion to tie the game up.
So he'll be sweating so much that somebody will have to get Andy Reid a cheeseburger.
Yes.
Because that's what he does.
Tennessee's defense will make a stand, and the Tennessee Titans are going to go into Arrowhead and shock the Kansas City Chiefs and win 24-22.
Do you want to stat the worst defense on third down in the entire NFL?
It's Tennessee Titans.
It's the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Have fun with that pick.
But do you know who the worst defense in the red zone is? It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, and it's not even close.
The Chiefs' defense doesn't matter. The defense is irrelevant.
It will matter. It will matter for.
All right, we'll see.
That's my pick.
We will see.
And now let's go over to the fun. Hayden, I saved your picks last because you are all over the place. Unbelievably all over the place. All right, let's go first pick. Let's go Indianapolis against Kansas City. You have that game on dock.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'll be honest here.
The quarterback of the Chiefs, Hayden, eats his steak with ketchup.
I understand that. I remember when I was a child. Does he claim it doesn't give him headaches, though?
No.
No, I don't think he does. And the quarterback of the Colts has like 14 children.
Okay, well, that has to be the Colts then.
All right.
I mean, any man with 14 children, he's got something to lose. You know how much money he has to pull in, unless those kids are all on welfare.
I think Philip Rivers has plenty of money.
Is he hurting his children? Should we investigate that?
If God tells him to, he probably does.
If he loses this game, I think they need to investigate and see if those children are being like misused and malnourished.
There's been tons of investigations already. The second game that you have is Chicago at Green Bay. Jared, don't tell him anything. I want to see what he does.
Chicago!
Oh my God.
Man.
Nah, it would be Aaron Rodgers. I know he's the best quarterback of all time. I'm just joking. Those are all jokes, Will. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of all time.
All right, so there's a good pick at least. We got that. That way you could save yourself. If Chicago does win, you did pick Green Bay, so you can save yourself.
We got the Chicago pick out of the way.
Yeah, all right. Now let's go to
let's pray for this one.
Let's go to this doozy. Let's go the Washington Redskins.
Meet in Town Square for the prayer.
Washington football team against the Seattle Seahawks. In Seattle.
In Seattle. Obviously, the Seahawks.
Right.
They're a great team.
All right, you got a good matchup at the
So
end.
you fixed your Redskins pick, so that's good. I don't know how you're gonna fix this one. You have Baltimore somehow getting a home game.
I don't see what's so crazy about that.
Because it's pretty crazy.
What, do they not have a stadium or something? What
No,
are you trying to say?
they're a wild card team. They haven't even won their division, and here they are getting a home game.
It's entirely possible.
You have Baltimore against Cleveland.
I'll go Baltimore.
Oh boy, you gonna do this again?
I trust in the wisdom.
All right.
Seattle didn't win their division.
No, Baltimore didn't win their division.
Oh, okay. I thought you just said Seattle didn't.
So, in the championship rounds, Jared went the boring route, but probably the more realistic route with Buffalo against Kansas City.
Yeah, there's a finger on the pulse. We probably should have listened.
New Orleans at Green Bay. My championship round is the NFC Championship game will be Tampa Bay at Seattle and Tennessee at Buffalo.
Man, mine's going to sound embarrassing.
And let's crunch the numbers here. You have the 7th seed, Indianapolis, somehow going to the AFC Championship game against Baltimore. So it's going to be Indy.
The first ever 7th seed.
Indianapolis at Baltimore. And your NFC Championship game will be all right. Green Bay at Seattle. That's not bad. That could happen.
We're working with something.
I know who I'm picking for that game.
I know who your Super Bowl pick is already. For Christ's sake.
He's gonna go Baltimore, Seattle again. What is your obsession with birds? All right, just get your picks over with.
All right,
that is exactly what it is.
All right, Hayden, you're gonna have Baltimore win the AFC Championship game, and you're gonna have Green Bay be upset by Seattle in Lambeau in the NFC Championship game. Aaron Rodgers can't get it done again.
He's scared. What can they say?
And Super Bowl 54.
He's in there. He's thinking, and he's like, "My legacy," and then he throws an interception.
If March Madness ever comes back, I really want to do it with Hayden. His March Madness bracket would be fucking insane.
We always do it with Hayden. He does pretty well in March Madness. Your Super Bowl pick will be the Baltimore Ravens.
No, I gotta save that for later.
All right.
Did you? Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows. If you're paying attention, you should know.
I don't even know. So if you know, let me know. I'll check the comments.
All right. Jared, let's go your Super Bowl picks here. Let's
send me an email.
Let's go NFC Championship game, New Orleans at Green Bay. NFC Championship game is going to be first this year. So
I think that this is the best season the Packers have played in a very long time, and I really am confident that this could be their year to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers.
I'm just happy to pick the Saints. I would feel personally betrayed.
I think Drew Brees will give it one last go, and I think he can make it this far, and I think he'll be exited by Aaron Rodgers. And I'm going to call it 28-17, which is what I call for every game. Green Bay Packers.
Buffalo at Kansas City. Probably if we get this matchup, it'll be an unbelievably fun game.
Now everybody wants Kansas State Farm Super Bowl. This is what we wanted last year. This is what we want this year.
No, it's not.
I've been planting the seed for weeks that I'm not going to pick Kansas City, but was I doing that to convince you not to pick Kansas City so that I'm now going to pick Kansas City to win? The answer is not any of those. I'm going to pick Buffalo.
All right.
Damn.
32-27.
God, that's not 27-17. Or whatever the
now
Bengals.
For me,
going to get wicked hot. Wicked hot.
All right, let me write this down real quick.
Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
It's genius.
That's become like a top 5 meme for me. Easily.
Buffalo.
Have those invasions on Congress developed into the meme culture yet?
Absolutely.
Are they being used in other things?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people climbing the wall was turned into a meme of NFL teams trying to get Deshaun Watson. He's a free agent quarterback, or is going to be a trade bait quarterback. And then there was a first-person camera angle, and someone put like the Call of Duty Zombies stuff around the screen.
I'm glad something came of this. Something good.
For my championship, I have Tampa Bay at Seattle and Tennessee at Buffalo. Now, I'm a big Tom Brady guy. I really like Tom Brady. Going into Seattle, though, I think Tom Brady's going to get let down here by his defense.
He's going to get his eyes gorged
Seattle's going to, if they make it this far, they're going to get it together with their offense. And
if you're going to have Seattle going that far, you might as well have them go all the way.
I like the way you think, Jared.
I look at this bracket, and I like what I've done with this bracket because it's a fun bracket. All these games that I picked, these are unbelievably fun matchups. I'm going to go close game. Tom Brady gives his team a 27.
That's why you're wrong every year.
27-23. No, last year my bracket sucked. I went New England, New Orleans in last year. I'm going to go...
Classic.
I'm going to go 27-23. In the fourth quarter, Seattle's going to come back and win the game, 30-27.
Seattle going back to the Super Bowl.
And this Tennessee Buffalo game, I think, is going to be fucking something special because this is a rematch. This could be a game to exercise demons for Bills fans. Their last like hoorah in the playoffs before like these last couple of playoff games they've had was the miracle in Tennessee, where it was Bills fans argued that it was a forward pass, whole 9 yards to kickoff return for a touchdown. It's going to be a rematch of that in the AFC Championship game. I think in this game, Buffalo's going to come out and they're going to get a 17-3 lead. Derrick Henry will run for 180 yards in the fourth quarter. The Bills will only get the ball once in the fourth quarter. They'll do nothing with it. They'll get 0 points in the fourth quarter. Tennessee will be down 17-10, and they will come back on a last-minute drive. They will score.
You put a lot of time and effort into this.
They will score. They will make it 17-16. Mike Vrabel says, I'm going to go for the fucking win. I'm not playing for overtime. I'm going to go for the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Right now, right here. He's going to go for
Take
2.
It's yours.
He's going to go for 2, and he's going to get it. And all of Buffalo is going to melt down right in front of our eyes. And it's a shame because Buffalo's a fun team, and I like Buffalo. It's hard to pick against them, but I'm doing it. I'm going to go Tennessee Titans to win 18-17 in the AFC Championship game.
Just so you know, Hayden earlier on in the parking lot, he said, I think I'm going to have Baltimore beat Titans in the first round. And now they're going to the Super Bowl.
All right, so if we look back at Super Bowl 55, I have the Tennessee Titans playing the Seattle Seahawks. Jared has the Buffalo Bills against the Green Bay Packers.
Boo.
And for the third year in a row, Hayden Van Dyke has the Baltimore Ravens go against the Seattle Seahawks. So let's start with Jared. I think, Jared, you have a very fun Super Bowl matchup. Buffalo against Green Bay.
Yeah, sure.
Uniforms will look very good in this game.
I think they're going to play an alternate uniform.
Oh, no, that would be bad. Well, actually, if the Bills played with those red helmets, I'd like that. Those red helmets are great. If it matters, Jared, NFC is the home team this year. So Green Bay will be wearing their standard home uniforms.
So I really, really, really wanted to pick Buffalo. But I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
No, why not?
I think that Josh Allen has made a very big step this year compared to last year. And last year he lost in the first round, but it was close at the end. And I think this year he'll get to the Super Bowl and lose. And then I think he'll be able to – I don't think he has what it takes to actually win the Super Bowl this year. But I think Aaron Rodgers is a man on a mission. I think the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Packers. And I'm going to call it – I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 34-31 Green Bay Packers. Because he is the best quarterback of all time.
Clearly.
Now let's go to you, to you, Hayden. Hayden, for this, I will request a score from you because it is the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're getting it regardless.
I'll give you 3 points. You know what? I'll give you fucking 25 points if you can get the Super Bowl right, and I'll give you an extra 50 if you get the score right. So go ahead. Baltimore.
I'll fucking kill myself if you get the score right. I'll fucking murder you.
Here's the thing.
We all know
before you say anything, every single year you've picked Baltimore and Seattle, and every single year Jared and I both are like, oh my god, if that actually happens, that'd be such a boring, lame Super Bowl. Baltimore against Seattle, Jesus Christ.
Hey, you have Seattle too. You have Seattle too.
Yeah, but not Baltimore. Baltimore's lame, man.
All right. Clearly, there needs to be a great game. A lot of points. Football players like big numbers that they just don't understand. So, it's going to be very close. It's going to be 41 to 41. No, I wasn't sure. Coming into that, that's going to overtime. I was thinking that, but I thought that's unrealistic. What, are they going to go down and kick a field goal and win? But I like the idea of it being 41 to 42. and the Ravens get a victory.
Oh. Seattle would have made more sense. I would have felt better about it.
I understand that. But this is
42 to 41.
Crazy.
This is probably the dumbest fucking pick I've ever seen.
No. It's crazy.
No, it's not.
So,
it's just
listen,
stupid.
It's not dumb. It's so crazy. It might work.
All right, let me go. I have a whole fucking scenario picked up for this match.
Not dumb.
For my Super Bowl 55. Tennessee at Seattle. Seattle will be the home team,
It's
basically.
great.
I think this Super Bowl will be one of the best Super Bowls of all time. I think this game will be tied going in the end of regulation, 27-27. We're going into overtime. This will be my third overtime game in the playoffs, and this will end in a wacky, wacky way because this season has been wacky all year
Ravens
long.
will come in the skies.
This season has been wacky all year long. And I think it's going to end wacky. Both on both the teams' opening possessions in overtime, they'll both punt. So it's after that, it's free. It's whoever scores.
So wacky,
and whoever scores next wins. Seattle will get the ball for the third possession in overtime.
I can hear the birds coming, Jared.
And Seattle will drive from their own 8-yard line, and they'll get all the way down to the Tennessee 15. All they need is a field goal. And on 1st and 10, Pete Carroll will tell Russell Wilson to drop back pass.
Touchdown.
Russell Wilson takes the snap. He drops back pass off of his blind
Realizes
side.
He has a really hot girlfriend and decides this doesn't matter.
Off his blind side comes the Tennessee rush, which has been bad all year long. But they finally get home. They sack Russell Wilson. It's a strip sack. Ball comes rumbling out. Who's there to pick it up? None other than
Tom Brady.
Than Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler picks up the loose ball and runs it all the way to the other end of the field for a walk-off touchdown in the Super Bowl. Malcolm Butler wins the game for the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee Titans will become first time ever Super Bowl champions by a score of 33-27.
Who'd you pick? Sorry,
I'm picking the Tennessee Titans 33-27.
Oh my God!
I think this is going to be I think the only way
if they beat Kansas City, I think they can easily win the Super Bowl. That's basically it. They can get past them.
I just think this season has been wacky, and I think the only real way this season can end is if a franchise wins their first ever Super Bowl. I think this is like that type of year. Maybe like a Buffalo or a Tennessee or like a Cleveland, something like that. I think something crazy is going to happen. So, that's it for our picks. I think, Jared, you've made the best choice in bracket, but also the most point. You said you were going to spice it up. And really, all you spiced up was not having Kansas City.
I know. It made me have to spice it up.
I'm
here to win everybody's hearts and minds.
The Bills going to the Super Bowl is spicy. I think that's a little.
They're
spicy.
the second seed in the AFC.
No, I'm pretty sure Buffalo Wild Wings are a little spicy. I don't think your pick is.
I think the pick is very. I think it's spicier
Let's
than a mild wing.
Let's go to the absolutely so spicy pick that it's fucking dull.
It's red hot.
Baltimore against Seattle. If that happens, I'm going to kill myself. If I watch the whole season of football, follow it throughout the whole year just for Baltimore and Seattle, I'm going to kill you. All right?
Good luck.
Just know that.
I rewatched the highlights of Baltimore, Tennessee from like 5-6 weeks ago, and it went to overtime, and it was a close game. I think Baltimore has what it takes to get over the hump.
I don't think they have what it takes.
I don't think they're going to get that far, but I think they could win the first round. And that's it, because they're not getting past Kansas City.
Yeah. I don't think so either. That's it. That's the playoff predictions. It all starts tomorrow. Jared, it's going to be a Reuben day.
It certainly is. It certainly is. I'll be cooking early.
Will you be cooking? Hayden, I expect you to watch the games with me all day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, totally. I totally won't have things to do.
No, I'm sure you don't. Anyway, football tomorrow.
Underlines of so.